Greetings and welcome, my minions, to another episode of Let's Play Dungeons 4. When last we left off, well, we are close to defeating Tanos and clearing this entire map.
The power of this stone of finitude strengthened all of the creature's attacking power.
Yeah, at this point we can just pretty much go all out, I think.
Your portal is under attack.
Right, we need to deal with that.
Your demonic portal is under attack.
Yeah, no. Pick up. Move. I mean, really now. Alright, let's give Gorku a little bit of space to work with. We want to max that out a little bit, just to make sure.
Your enemies are in the dungeon.
That's annoying. Let's find some traps.
It's payday.
Alright, that's good enough for now. Let's go score some extra evil. Also make sure that we are fully kitted out with all the monsters we want. I have 4 left over,
A gold
so
vein has been mined out.
let's see. Which 4 monsters do I find the most useful? Probably Necromancer, Succubus, Healer, or Daga, I guess. And probably the Vampire Queen. Alright, let's kill. That's one. Right, let's call in the middle manager here. The Pit Fiend, Demogorgon. That takes care of that. Now for the final goodie hut. Like he's holding his own. Good. could go after those as well, but for now I just don't have time. I want to upgrade all my stuff. Make the biggest final splash I can.
Sister, can we perhaps avoid unnecessary suffering amongst the heroes?
Never.
Isn't it enough to focus on Tanos?
Brother dear, the only chance we have to defeat that miserable jackbooted monster father of ours is to take Tanos' fanatical supporters out of the picture. And you're the one who resurrected him.
Several heroes tried to break through to Tanos to support him.
Just busy cleaning stuff up. Come here.
It's payday.
These deaths, these tragedies. I can hardly bear it. Is this the price I must pay for having resurrected Tanos?
Yeah, I'd guess that's about the size of it. Now, if you could just please get back to helping me with the killing and butchering and save the wallowing in self-pity for later, that would be really helpful.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Alright. Pushing him back a little. Yeah, my traps really don't do all that much. Surprised that they're still going after it. Well, they want to get blasted by the fireball more than I'm not complaining. Alright, let's quickly go grab that caravan, so a little bit more evil to spend. And they're still walking back to the treasure room. Silly heroes. Let's just max out what I can. Traps. I mean, my creatures can pretty much kill whatever I want, so it's not an immediate concern. Alright, middle manager. Come and deal with these guys. Still level 4. Random what level he is? I mean, I presume it's got to do with some sort of level of spell that I have. Keep pushing. Can't upgrade my spells right now because I just do not have the evilness.
The portals are open! Forward, allies of the light! We dare not lose the battle!
You betcha! This game has already taken way too long. Time for you to meet your maker, Tanos!
Let's deal with all this.
It's payday.
So far, so good.
Tanos was pushed further and further back. His end was near.
Getting all the... that one might be useful.
Heroes were on their way to support Tanos in his duel.
Oh, cool.
Comrades, faithful, once again, I need your help. Stand with me to help the light attain victory.
It's just not gonna be enough, dude. Let's kill the golden portals if we can. But we might be pushed back. There we go.
No, this cannot be. I cannot be defeated. Well, I mean, Not again!
With these illustrious words, Tanos bid farewell once and for all.
Woohoo! And I got everything. And I accidentally beat the level a little bit earlier, so I did get the ability, but... Alright.
Unnatural forces, impossible to depict with our budget, wafted around. The air shimmered with energy and the smell of molten iron and burnt pizza. Wait, my pizza! I'll be right back. So sorry, I hope that didn't affect the finale in any way. Now, where were we? Wafting powers, shimmering air, disgusting taste. Oh, here. With their combined forces, Dungeon Lord Gorgon, Thalya, and Tristan were able to push the mutated Tanos back. Onward, ever onward, in the direction of the rune sockets of finitude. The mutated Tanos fought for every inch of ground he lost. As he finally stood with his back to the rune sockets of finitude, he sputtered with the last of his strength.
Evil is going to triumph over God? Again? This is madness.
This is
Dungeons!
Thalya shouted at him and sent him into the void with a spectacular kick. When the magic fog cleared, Tanos was no more. On the one hand, Thalya was saddened, having grown accustomed to putting enemies' heads on spears. But still, Talia's joy was so great that she even danced with a nasty little snot and twirled it around. Was this the end? Well, hardly, as there were still some loose ends. What became of Tristan, who seemed to disappear after Tanos' defeat? Would he raise another eye of good? What was Brynhild, the dwarf queen, planning? Had she created a doomsday machine? Or even found some rare nithril in the underground, capable of curing the elves' strange disease? Maybe that was something she should discuss with her good friend, Hellburnt. And was the Council of Little Snots really just a cheap reference to a council of lightsaber wielders, or was there more to those deceptive fellows? Had they helped the absolute evil out of loyalty, or the goodness of their hearts? But all these questions were for another day, or installment of the series. Now, it was time to celebrate.
And that's it. That's Dungeons 4 main campaign. What can I say about it? It's fine. Call it 6.5 out of 10. If you're going for any numbers, I suppose. Mechanically, the game is fine. It works well, it plays well. The hotkeys are easy enough to find. Possibly I could have played a little bit more optimally, of course. Always plays to play more optimally, considering I had not played it before, but this plays very similarly to Dungeons 3, so not that much difference. Story-wise, I am a little bit disappointed. A lot bit disappointed, actually. There's just not much there. I mean, sure, pulling a brother that was never mentioned before out of thin air is a way to extend possible shenanigans. Bringing back Tanos, sure. He was a bad guy last game around. Sure, it can be again. Brynhild came out of nowhere. But she had the potential of being actually interesting. You know, it'd be nice to actually have a competent opponent, but no. He was somehow just a sycophant for Tanos and didn't really count much. Her schemes were all laughably foolish. And you want notes, really. And Thalya just didn't become more interesting. I mean, she's killed a goddess. And yet, she still fouls up easily. She's nothing interesting. Not that the ultimate evil was any interesting. I mean, sure, as a new mechanic, Gorgu is fine. Fun, even. But... it's... I don't know. They fell back too much on the old style of humor in Dungeons 3. The storyline of Dungeons 3, pretty much. There was nothing really that much fun. I mean, even the Sparta pun at the end, or reference rather. Come on, Realmforge. I know you must be bored, but come on. Think of better jokes. The whole shtick with going for the full references from Dungeons 2 and even Dungeons 3 and all that. Fine. But it's getting old. Really old. And even the references used in this one are just so... not relevant anymore, really. Ages poorly. Very poorly. I don't know. I mean, from that ending, I can pretty much surmise that there's gonna be more DLCs, and maybe they will do something interesting with that, but I just don't see it happening. So yeah, a little bit disappointing. But, you know, like I said, if you just want some gameplay, that's fine. I mean... I just never felt like I could never generate enough evil. Potentially I could have done that more efficiently, but no. And yeah, some of the in-game mechanics are kinda falling flat on our face. Because in order to make full use of the torture chamber, you need dungeons in your you need demons in your dungeon to do the torturing, which I presume means the succubi. But whenever I use my minions, I bring the succubi along with me because they're just very useful. They stun enemies with their seduction technique and all that, and they also have other abilities that help in a fight. So why wouldn't I bring them along? But also there's no real way to easily exclude them from bringing them along, should you want to, that I could find. At least it was never explained in-game, which is the most important bit. Anyway, we have seen enough of the credits. But yeah, I don't know. We'll probably be revisiting this once some DLC comes out, but I may want to wait until they are finished with all the DLC before I even touch it again. And who knows? Maybe the community content will salvage. Salvage is a wrong word. I mean, the game isn't bad per se. It has never crashed for me, like for instance. That's good. And pretty much everything seems to be working fine. I wasn't an overall fan of the way some achievements will ensure that you cannot play the game optimally or use everything at your disposal. I mean, having Tristan at the end would have helped me gather more evil at the end, but because I wanted the achievement and the ability, I couldn't use him. Realmforge, how was that fun? I mean, I don't want to delve into other games, but whenever I play Helldivers 2, and there is a condition in the mission that gives me one less stratagem slot, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. But anyway, I have complained enough. And I'm sure you all have better things to do with your time now. I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it somehow. And we'll be delving into something new next time. Bye.